over the weekend we had a Democratic debate, and I had a slightly different vision of it, and we did here. We did our live coverage than apparently Democratic insiders. I'll tell you in a minute what they thought of it. But first, let's go to some video that is uncomfortable for Hillary Clinton when confronted on, hey, wait a minute, you're taking a tremendous amount of money from Wall Street bankers, and it seems like with your policies, you're protecting them. This is the answer that she gave.
I represented New York, and I represented New York on 9/11. When we were attacked, where were we attacked? We were attacked in downtown Manhattan, where Wall Street is. I did spend a whole lot of time and effort helping them rebuild. That was good for New York, it was good for the economy, and it was a way to rebuke the terrorists who had attacked our country.
That was hideous. And it's not just me saying it. Even the mainstream pundits in the established media are like, why did you bring up 9/11 in the context of protecting the bankers? Banking crash happened in 2008, 7 years after 9/11. You're telling me that you're protecting the banks from the terrorists? That's the worst line I have ever seen in a Democratic debate. Let's see if insiders agreed in a minute. Now, I thought Bernie Sanders had some good lines, like this one.
I have never heard a candidate, never, who has received huge amounts of money from oil, from coal, from Wall Street, from the military-industrial complex. Not one candidate said, oh, these campaign contributions will not influence me. I'm going to be independent. Well, why do they make millions of dollars of campaign contributions? They expect to get something. Everybody knows that.
Look, I've been waiting for a politician to make this point for as long as I can remember. Why do you think they're giving you the money? For their health? No, they're business people. They're expecting a return on investment. And with the Clintons, they've gotten decades of return on investment. And by the way, it's not just campaign donations. I'll give you that list in a second. But listen to this. Clinton made $3.15 million in 2013 alone from speaking to firms like Morgan Stanley, Goldman Sachs, Deutsche Bank, and UBS, according to the list her campaign released for her speaking fees. It's over $3 million just from banks, just in the year 2013, and that is directly going into her pocket. That's how the Clintons became multimillionaires. That's not campaign donations. She just gets to keep that. No, they're not trying to bribe her in case she becomes president to influence her decisions. No. They just can't wait to see what she's going to say in that hour. Oh, wow. Hillary. Oh, what a good speech. Yeah, here's $3 million. Well, pearls of wisdom. That's what they are. Now, when it comes to the campaigns, as you look at this list, Bernie Sanders has donations from unions across the board. Now, that represents a lot of workers in the country. Now, you can disagree with some of those unions, but there are real workers represented, millions upon millions. When you go over to Hillary's side, oh, look at that. The first four are giant financial companies. Top four donors, top 5 out of 6, all giant banks. And Hillary Clinton doesn't want to reinstitute Glass-Steagall, which would prevent the banks from gambling with your depositor money. Wow, protecting the banks. Hey, Hillary, are you still protecting them from 9/11? Is that what you're still doing? Or is it that those campaign donations and the $3 million you got in 2013 alone, let alone the millions upon millions you and Bill Clinton have gotten through all these years from just the banks? I wonder if that has a small part in you protecting the banks. Nonetheless, the insiders looked at this debate, and according to Politico, that talks to insiders in some of the early primary states and in Washington, 77% of Democratic insiders surveyed called Clinton the winner of that debate. Well, if you're an insider and you love this system of crony capitalism, legalized bribery, well, you would think Hillary's the winner. You're like, yeah, she's going to continue the system. We're all going to continue to get rich. Of course Hillary's the winner. If you're the rest of us, you might not have seen it that way. But I'm not saying that Bernie Sanders' debate was flawless. We picked it apart live when we covered it on tytnetwork.com, as we do with every debate. And we said, look, he shouldn't have pivoted in his first answer when they were talking about Paris. He should have stayed on national security throughout. I know that. I get that. I said it the minute he said it while we were doing the play-by-play coverage. You should have had that full answer about Paris and terrorism and foreign policy. He pivoted towards domestic policy, and I didn't think that was a good idea. But when you looked at the substance, first of all, he made the best point on foreign policy. He said, why aren't our Muslim allies in the region helping us fight that war. Why do we have to carry almost all the cost and responsibility of that war? ISIS is attacking Turkey. They're attacking Saudi Arabia. So Turkey, Saudi Arabia, Jordan, which does its fair part, to be fair to Jordan in particular, and Hillary Clinton pointed that out, should carry a bigger burden, right? Now, look, the people who are fighting ISIS on the ground, I'm not trying to disdain them. The Kurds are doing brave fighting against ISIS, and some of the other fighters in the area as well. But there, Bernie Sanders made a good point on foreign policy, which then Clinton and O'Malley went, oh, yeah, I guess they should help us. I mean, we're going to foot the whole bill, but okay, yeah, sure, they should help us. It's, again, Sanders was not flawless in the debate. He had some issues there. If you're concerned about your foreign policy, you should have given them more foreign policy. I get all that. But to say that Hillary Clinton clearly won that debate when she was exposed as the person who's working on behalf of the donors is crazy talk. It's crazy to us. It's not crazy to the insiders who think, I don't want Bernie to win. I want Hillary to win. In fact, one last one here from Politico. Nearly half of the Democrats surveyed, again, these are specifically, according to Politico, insiders in the Democratic Party, said the Vermont senator lost the debate, and only 10% of Democrats said he won the debate. Because when he exposes their corruption, they don't view that as a problem. They view that as an asset. They're like, how else would we get paid? Bernie lost that debate. Hillary nailed it.